Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's MechlordGames here from from Team Bropire here today. Gonna be doing a discussion about what I feel like I want on the ban list, what I don't want on the ban list, kind of things that I want to see happen. So, as we all know, this format, Necros has been going crazy, and they have mistake. Well, I mean, you have cards like Mistake that can really hurt them. And that's acceptable because all the deck is searching after searching after searching, but Mistake is often played and really just makes decks kind of useless. And I mean, if you really want to get stuff out of their hand, you play Mind Crush. Mind Crush can get rid of stuff, it can rip it out of their hand, and then just kind of make whatever they searched out for you useless, and then you get to see their hand, so you know what their kind of play is going to be. So, Mind Crush is going to allow you to, analyze their play as to where Mistake just says no. And Mistake hurts both players, not just your opponent. So Mistake is one of those cards that I feel should get hit. Now, down to one, yes. I hate Floodgate cards. Honestly, I don't think they should exist because they are really strong and they can be really clutch cards that can easily win games. But Mistake is by far one of the ones I hate the most because every deck in the meta likes to be fast, likes to be searchable, and likes to be consistent. And when you go and you neutralize that entire aspect, well, shit, you've kind of lost. And I mean, it's so easy to play this in a deck that doesn't need to search. And it's so easy to play an anti-meta deck that's just all back row, no searching, no nothing, and then it's just like, yeah, you flip Mistake, and then your opponent's just like, fuck, what can I do? Like, it's so easy to flip this on a Necros deck and just get them to scoop because it really hurts their playstyle. And personally, I don't hate Mistake by any means, but I do feel like that in the meta, it does prevent a lot of decks from being able to do certain things. Like I mean, you have Burning Abyss that doesn't give a shit if they main deck Mistake. Um, you have Shadals that don't care really if you main deck Mistake. So being able to use those main deck tech in a deck that can just spam the board and go nuts, I feel is a little too good. And maybe you guys are going to disagree, and I'm fine if you guys disagree with that. I want to know what you guys think about this, thing, this little, this card right here. Vanity's Emptiness, in my opinion, should come back to 2, just because there's a lot of decks that are just all about special summoning, and being able to clutch a game with Vanity's Emptiness and being able to stop your opponent from being able to do anything drastic, I feel is really good. Now, it's not like lose one turn or skill or anything like that where the effect is just completely negated, but you go through with the summon anyway and whatnot. I feel like that this provides a little bit better control in all ways than certain things like lose one turn, skill drain, etc. Vanities is easy to get rid of. It's easy to get around, and I really don't think that this card is really much of a problem, and I feel that this card honestly can come back to 2. 3, definitely not, but 2, I feel like it would be okay at 2, or even just still leave it at 1. But a lot of people are bitching about, like, oh, Vanity's too good, hit Vanity, hit Vanity. I don't think you need to hit Vanity. I think that Vanity right now is one of the things that's actually controlling the game a little bit more and making the game a little bit more balanced in meta, because of the fact that Vanity can be used so often to hurt your opponent from being able to go off and make plays. So I really feel like that Vanity is pretty balanced right now in this format. Skill Drain, I mean, with Cleaforts being a thing, Skill Drain probably shouldn't come back from 1, but it shouldn't get banned. A lot of decks are still playing Skill Drain as a floodgate out anyway to effects, and that's perfectly fine, that's perfectly normal, that's perfectly understandable, but I just feel like that Skill Drain should not come back from 1. It should stay at 1 for a little while. We should let, I don't feel like that it should ever come back from 1 right now. As long as Cleaforts exist, I don't think that Skill Drain should come back from 1. Lose one turn. This card really honestly should be banned. It's just played in Helmet Central. It's such a cop out card in my opinion, because it's like, oh, on your turn, you want to do anything? Okay, well, I'm going to play this, and then you can't do TK, you can't do any of your plays, you can't do effects, you can't do anything. I feel like that this card is the biggest cop out card, only because of one fact. I wouldn't care so much about it negating my effects. I'd be perfectly fine with that. I feel like it's a little bit too broken because of the fact that it says, oh, you special summon a monster, it's going to go to defense. I feel like that lose one turn should get hit down to 1 because it's such an overplayed floodgate right now. It doesn't give a shit what you summon. You cannot do anything. So it's just one of those cards that I really feel like is a cop-out card because you're too scared to deal with effects. There is cards like Fiendish Chain. There is Skill Drain. There is Breakthrough Skill. Cowering in a corner like a bitch, sitting there not getting attacked either, I feel is a little too good. Sure, Fiendish Chain can do the exact same thing, but that monster will be permanently negated. Not negated for that turn, and they won't be able to attack you. So if that was really your biggest concern, then I think you got issues. I really hate lose one turn, and I fucking hate those people who play this fucking card. I'm sorry I'm raging at, but fuck this card. It should get hit. Things that should come off the ban list. Cyberstein. I don't care. Bring it back. I don't give a shit. Go for it. Pay 5,000 life points, summon a monster from your extra deck. I don't care. Go ahead and summon your Bombardment Bird. I mean, fuck. I mean, yeah, it's just going to bring out the Bombardment Bird OTK. So, you know what? You limit the Bombardment Bird. Or you hit the fucking field spell that you don't pay life points for. That, I think, would be a little bit more acceptable. Dark Magician of Chaos can come back. Supposed to have already. Destiny Hero Disc Commander can never come back. This card is too broken. It's so easy to get back from the graveyard. It's so easy to get into the graveyard. And to be able to just take advantage of a monster that when it's special summoned from the graveyard you draw to is so broken. And the fact that it can be used as synchro material, it can be used for fusions, it can be used in all kinds of different ways. It can be used as tribute fodder. I mean, there's so many things that could get broken with Destiny Hero Disc Commander. So no, it cannot come back. Elemental Hero Stratos definitely needs to come back. Just to 1, not anything more. Because I do think that they need to run to the effect though, where it can only use its. Hold on, let me actually look at Stratos' effect here. I need to actually completely reread his effect. Okay, you can destroy spell and trap cards onto the field up to the number of hero monsters you control except this card. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. If you just limit that to a once per turn effect, I feel that this would be a little bit less abusable and a little bit more fair. Because, sure, you can special summon from the deck using Hero Lives, you pay 4,000 life points, you get a free search. Okay, not that big of an issue. But the issue would rely when you have Goblinberg in your hand and you can get in Stratos. Because then Stratos can search out Shadow Mist, then you go Goblinberg, special Shadow Mist search, get Darklaw, make that shit fucking. Like, it could get broken to a point, but I don't feel like it would be something really worth keeping on the that's you know in this video. You don't want to look at his ugly ass. Fuck him. Even though we're on the same team. Anyway, I don't know why I clicked over to this tab, but he was recently going over the new ARG ban list, so just kind of was like, oh yeah, I'll just make a ban list video, because why not? So Stratos, definitely. Fiber Jar, don't give a shit. Fiber Jar's OP, can stay banned. Fishbark Blaster, don't give a shit, can come back. Magical Scientist, don't care. Makira, don't even remember what the fuck that is. Mind Master, don't know. Morphing Jars. Okay, the Morphing Jars need to stay gone. Honestly, they need to. Redux, the Dragon Rulers can stay gone. Sangin can come back. Honestly, I feel like that Sangin should come back because it's that card where you just set it and you pass. It's going to make it a little bit more slow play and not so much aggressive. Sure, it's set up, it's search, but honestly, it's a little bit slower play. And it will make things a little bit more balanced in the end if you bring back Sangin, honestly. Substitute, no. Like I said, the Dragon Rose can't. Tribe Infecting Virus, not very good. That can stay gone. Well, no, actually Tribe Infecting Virus can come back. Victory Dragon, nobody used because of the whole scoop face. And it was just because of the whole scoop face thing that Victory Dragon actually got banned in the first place. Witch of the Black Forest, not that good. Yatagarasu. I don't even remember what Yatagarasu even does anymore. Like, it's such an old card. Let me actually look at Yata. When this card is normal summon, this card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to the hand during the end phase of the turn. It was normal summon or flip face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they skip their next draw phase. Honestly, that wouldn't even know that. Why is that still banned? I can see when they inflict battle damage to your opponent, they skip their next draw phase. Sure, I see that, but what good is Yugioh really gonna do right now that's gonna make a difference? Not much. Honestly, not much. Bring it back. I'm just gonna close that. So, Thousand Eyes Restrict. Don't care. Can come back. Bryonock probably is never going to come back. Trishula probably never going to come back. Honestly, and that's a sad thing. That should, but honestly, it's just not gonna. That's depressing. Because honestly, it should come back. I mean, it's a level 9 that requires 3 monsters. How many decks are you able to make that right now? Like, not many. Bryonock is easier to get out, but still, don't think that it should be banned right now. Limited, maybe. Shockmaster should come back. Actually, if you think about it right now, Shockmaster really can't come back. Just because of the amount of decks that are going to be able to abuse Shockmaster. So, probably can't come back. Wind-Up Carriers and Mighty can come back. Would love to see Wind-Ups play good again. Heavy Storm. I really want Heavy Storm actually off the list. Just because it's the card where it's like, oh, you have floodgates? Well, screw your floodgates. Like, we actually can do things against it. So, I mean, it would give a lot of decks, more playability while floodgates exist. I feel like it would be a little bit more fair, but Konami apparently doesn't think so. They're going to be like, oh, we're going to have all these floodgates. You can't have your Heavy Storm, though, to get rid of it all. So I feel like that, Heavy Storm really should come back. Harpy's Feather Duster, no. Harpy's Feather Duster is too good. That definitely shouldn't come back. Graceful Charity, no. Gateway of the 6, don't care. Future Fusion, don't care. Most of this shit on the list can come back. Pot of Avarice really can come back. I don't care. Monster Reborn can probably stay gone and probably will stay gone for some time. Last Will can come back. Mass Driver, Metamorphosis, like half this shit can really come back. Return from the Different Dimension, definitely I want to come back because there are a lot of decks that I could actually really use this in and just can't right now, and that's kind of depressing. Royal Oppression can never come back ever. That will permanently stay banned. Sixth Sense, probably never going to come back. Solemn Judgment, I feel should come back to 1. Trap Dust Shoot probably can come back to 1. Ultimate Offering, honestly, should come back to 1. I feel like that Ultimate Offering is a little bit is a fair card. I feel like that it should honestly come back. Artifact Morale Talk really should come back. Atlantean Dragoons should come up. BLS can stay at 1. I don't care about that. Dandelion, I feel it can come back. Dark Armed, that could be fought variously. I don't really care about Dark Armed. Dark Armed is good. A lot of decks would be able to use it if it was at 2. At 1, people wouldn't play it as much. Debris Dragon really can come back. Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva is good. I will definitely give it that. I don't think it's something that's worth staying on the list at 1. It should probably come back. Genex Ally Birdman should probably come back. Glow Up Bulb can come back since it's a once per duel effect. It should come back. Infernity Archfiend. Fuck you. You can stay gone. Insectors. That is something that should definitely come back, is Insectors. I love Insectors a lot. They definitely need to come back. Neospacing Grand Mole, don't give a shit about. Night of Sand, don't give a shit about. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon can stay at 1. Rescue Rabbit should come back. I'd love to see Dino Rabbits play good again. I'd love to see a lot of decks, a lot of creativity come out of it. Sinister Serpent, not even good anymore. That can really get unbanned. Thunder King Ryo should come back to 2. Just because it's a little bit better than Mistake, because you can easily attack over a Thunder King Ryo. Not everyone's playing an MST to be able to get over Mistake, so I feel like the Thunder King, bring Thunder King back, hit Mistake. Honestly, good balance. Tour Guide, with Burning Abyss running about, Tour Guide ain't coming back. Probably Tour Guide's going to get hit yet again because of the fact that, Burning Abyss won, NAWCQ, yada yada yada. Wind Up Magician should come back. The Gishki, Goose Kraken, and Mind August can come back. I don't give a shit about them. Dark Strike Fighter really is not good anymore. That can really just get off the list entirely. DeLorean can get off the list. Hyper Librarian can get off the list. Allure of Darkness should stay at 1 because if there's so many decks that can abuse it right now. Book of Moon. I feel Book of Moon should actually come back. I feel like the Book of Moon is a really good card, really good defensive card that can honestly be that card that's like, oh yeah, we should have this card back. Burial from a Different Dimension. Not that good of a card to leave at 1. Can probably come back. Dimensional Fissure can stay at 1. Divine Wind of Mist Valley should come back. Yosenju wouldn't really give a shit, but Harpies would love it. I feel like the Harpies would actually, be good again. Harpies can be playable again. I really feel like that they should get Divine Wind of Mist Valley back. Dragon Ravine, don't care about. Final Countdown, don't give a shit about. Foolish Burial. Foolish can stay at 1. Gold Sark really is going to just end up staying limited right now because Ritual Beast. Infernity Launcher can stay at 1. Limiter Removal should come back. Mind Control, I feel whatever. I don't care. It's not that good anymore. Sure, like, it would be good in a mirror match, but if it's not a mirror match, it's not going to be that good. Monster Gate, right now if Infernity is on the loose, no, Monster Gate can... Not Infernities, Infernoids, that's what it was. Monster Gate, no. 1 day apiece can probably come out from 1. 1 for 1 definitely could. Preparation of Rites, no, that's not going to happen. Raigeki is going to stay at 1. People are like, oh, we should hit Raigeki. Well, why hit Raigeki? It can only be used on your fucking turn. It's not Torrential Tribute where you can just nuke your opponent's shit on their fucking turn. You guys are dumbasses if you think Raigeki should be hit again. Rekindling, there's not that many things right now that Rekindling would be good with, so I don't see why that's limited right now. Royal Tribute is good. I will give it that. Royal Tribute is good. That can definitely stay at 1. Sacrifice, probably going to stay at 1. I really want them to bring it back because I am a Cleafort user, but honestly, if we're talking about overall in the meta, it would be one of the worst things to do right now for the meta. Being able to bring back Cleaforts up to more power, I feel like is the wrong decision. As much as I love Cleaforts and I love playing them, don't bring back Sacrifice. Soul Charge is really good. Definitely can't bring that back. Spellbook of Fate. Nobody plays that shit anymore. Symbol of Heritage was never good to begin with. I don't see why that got hit. Temple of the Kings, yeah, I can see why that would be limited to 1. Bottomless. I feel like the Bottomless should come back to 2, while Compulse stay at 1. Bottomless is just like, oh, it can be used, when your opponent would summon a monster. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Because you can just Bottomless their monster and get it off the field. Compulse, on the other hand, can be used more so to interrupt a lot of different plays rather than being able to just get rid of them off the board. I mean, it still gets rid of them off the board, but it can also be used to interrupt plays. It can be used to interrupt, XCs, Synchros, whatever. Compulse is a lot better. I feel Bottomless should come to 2. Compulse can stay at 1. Crush Card should stay at 1. Eradicator should stay at 1. I know a lot of decks are going to completely be able to abuse that card and just ruin everything for everybody. Exchange of the Spirit, don't give a shit. Gear. I'd like to see that come back because I'd like to see Geargia be playing well again. Infernity Barrier, fuck that faggotry shit. I hate Infernity so damn much. They're so overpowered. They're so stupid. They definitely needed to stay hit. Macrocosmos can stay at 1. Magical Explosion, I don't give a shit about. Ring of Destruction. Ring of Destruction is good. I feel like that they might probably actually not limit Ring of Destruction anymore. I mean, sure, it has a similar effect to Compulse, but both players would take the damage. So I feel like that it is a little bit more balanced than Compulse. I feel like the Ring of Destruction is one of those traps that could probably come back maybe to 2. Skill Drain, like I said, no. Warning, staying at 1. Soul Drain, no one's really playing. Torrential Tribute, definitely should stay at 1. Vanities, like I said, can come to 2. Wall of Revealing Light, not good anymore. No one's going to really care about Wall of Revealing Light. That should just get off the list permanently. Cleafort Scout should stay at 2. Card Trooper can honestly come back to 3. Chaos Sorcerer would come back to 3. Wouldn't care. Honest, if that came back to 3, I'd be a little scared. I would be happy with it, but I'd be a little scared because I know a lot of decks that could play Honest, and it's gonna be a little scary with Honest at 3. Necroface, wouldn't care about. Summoner Monk, definitely come back to 3. Summoner Monk, I've been waiting so long for Summoner Monk's return, but we know it's not going to happen. Tragodia should come back to 3. Necros of Bryonoc is, I think, fine too. I don't really see Necros right now being that overpowered. Everyone's like, oh my god, Necros is so strong, Necros is so strong. Well, yeah, as an overall deck mechanic, yes, it is strong. But right now in the meta, not really, because everyone's just, let's main all these floodgate bullshits. Legendary 6 Samurai Shien can come to 3, wouldn't care. Advanced Ritual Art would come to 3, wouldn't care. Chain Strike, don't care. Charge Light Brigade, honestly, don't care. With the fact that they are getting new support, though, I feel like the Charge Light Brigade, if that ever came back to 3, that would be a little bit broken, because the deck could just abuse that fact. Dark Hole at 2, whatever. Could be at 3, I wouldn't give a shit. Sacred Sword of 7 stars. With the Odd Eyes Magicians coming out, yeah, Sacred Sword definitely needs to stay hit. Ceasefire, don't care. Ojama Trio, don't care. So that's just what I feel about this list of what like should be on it, what shouldn't be on it, so on and so forth. That was just kind of like my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of, my thoughts, my comments. Just let me know what you guys think should be hit, what shouldn't be hit, and I want to see what you guys really think about this Yu-Gi-Oh list. Let me know what you really want to see.